There's no need to be afraid. Would you trust me? Let him take away the shame. Would you fall on the grace of God? When there's madness, when there's poison in your hair, when there's sadness, leaves you broken in your bed, he'll retrieve you from the depths of God's love. It's all by the grace of God, the grace of God, grace of God.
Hey guys, my name's Sean. I just want to quickly introduce myself. I'm the outreach director here, so I help organise this place. And yeah, I just want to quickly share with you a bit about my life, a bit about my growing up years, and then also some of the cool things that have happened in recent years. So yeah, when I was 17, started hitting the party scene. Whatever I could do to have a good time. So I spent all my money every week on whatever concert tickets I could get my hands on. You know, of course, when you go out to festivals, you start drinking, you start doing drugs, and it's all like experimental at first. Then you start getting a real desire for this high that you're trying to get. And, you know, so I do that every weekend. I blow like $1,000, you know, it's like good wage, whatever, cash in hand, and it just all go to parties. And you know what, that's pretty sad, but that was what I thought was having a good time. And yeah, so I had a friend, Wes, and he would take me out to these club events, and he would hook me up with tickets. And I remember one time he flew these guys over from Sydney, these DJs, and we were partying with him in Northbridge, and then he had like another show for him to go to in Joondalup that same night. I'm there, I'm sitting behind the DJ booth, I'm like snorting some coke with these roadies or whatever. I thought, yeah man, this is what it's all about, this is fun, this is exciting. But you know what, those short-term highs had massive lows. And I'll tell you what, those lows were what was eating me up and destroying me. I started to see that there was a dark side to, you know, going out to Northbridge and all these party, you know, this party lifestyle, this atmosphere was just, there was an ugly side to it. I started seeing, you know, my friends getting into fights. I started seeing, you know, people, you know, just get drunk and just destroying their lives. A lot of lying, a lot of stealing going on. My friend got robbed of all his nights taking one time. And I just thought, you know what? That's what the devil does. He just rips you off. And it's because this lifestyle, it's a sin lifestyle. And when you're involved in sin, it has unintended consequences. And you know what? Maybe you're here and you've, you know, experienced some of these things, you know, going out and you've seen sin in action. And you know what? On the front, you act like it's all cool, but you know, you're guilty on the inside from maybe your past mistakes or some of the stupid things you've done. But you got this front up and you're like, yeah, no, it's cool. I'm all right. I'm enjoying myself. Just drop the front, because it's not worth it. It's not worth living, you know, letting sin take a hold of your life and separating you from a holy God who cares about you and loves you. And you know what, when I was at my lowest point in my life, I cried out to God. I said, God, you got to help me. I was sick of the anxiety, I was sick of the depression, all the baggage that came with this sin lifestyle. And you know, I cried out to God, and God set me free. He did an absolute miracle in my mind. He gave me peace in my mind. And then I got married, and then since then, life's been just awesome. I come to this church. I encourage you. Give Jesus a go. Give him the opportunity to set you free. It's the absolute best thing ever. And this is what this night's all about. And I want you to listen to the lyrics. This is for you.
is it you're living for? Empty life, no matter which way you go. So true, but life went on, you were bold and young. All around, sinkholes, broken, don't try to run, we don't need someone to lean on. Broken, don't try to run, all we need somebody to lean on. Broken, don't try to run, we don't need someone to lean on. Broken, don't try to run, all we need somebody to lean on.
Let's put our hands together for Fowler. Come on. Make my way through the darkness, carrying my heavy heart, 'cause I know where this journey ends if I don't go back to the start. Tell me that you're too young to understand, 'cause I know what the cost brings. Life will pass me by if I don't give my life to Christ. Don't cause he died for me. Don't wake me up when my life's over. That's why I just my shoulder. Didn't know I was lost. Don't wake me up when my life's over. Not much wiser, just much older. All my life I was fooling myself, and I didn't know I was lost.
Come on, why don't we all stand up and make noise?
Jesus carried the weight of the world. With his nail pierced hand, Jesus carried the weight of the world. With his nail pierced hand, a big man whose kingdom's not of this world, died for the sins of man. This is the gospel for the old and the young. Time to open up your eyes. Greater love has no one left. Our friends lay down right. Sins upon his shoulders. Our debt of sin was paid at the cross. Now I'm found I once was lost. Jesus died for us. Jesus died for us. Let's put our hands together. We're gonna have Emma. She's gonna come on and help me, which I seriously need. God's only Son, the risen Savior. His blood has saved me. Close your eyes, let's begin again. Soon we'll track you down. Give up your sin. What are you waiting for? Surrender here tonight. What are you waiting for as we go towards the light? When everything is said and done, still looking for answers. There's only one. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Lock it up, meaning eternal. listen, there's only one. Give your life to Jesus Christ, locking and bleeding eternal life.
Jesus set him free.
Hey everyone, tonight my name's Jerome from the land of the long white cloud. Yeah, that side of Australia, a bit further over actually. Yeah, so that was me, man. Like I loved the clubs, I loved the parties, I loved women, I loved getting drunk, I loved the drugs, the alcohol, the excitement. The long parties into the mornings, kind of a free spirit, wherever, whatever. Let's just go and party. That was my life. That's all I wanted to do. As long as I had a job to finance that, then I would be fine. So that was my reason for working, was so that I could just pay for my alcohol and have a fast car, so that I could be popular, look cool, look the part. Get girls, and that was the plan in life. And so yeah, that was me. Every weekend I'd basically live for the clubs. I would plan my party time from a Tuesday. I would get paid on a Wednesday night, Thursday morning, so I'd stay up and I'd wait for my pay to come in at about 12 o'clock, and then I'd hit the clubs. So Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays I would party, and then I would eat noodles on a Monday. That was how that party went. I'd be asking my mum for money. My mum got kind of sick of it. But that was me for a very long time. Yeah, just got nothing from it. Full on smoking cigarettes, into the ice, into the alcohol, into the gambling, and just sleeping around, man. And so it'd be Groundhog Day. The weekend would come, it would go, it'd be a blur. I'd be kind of like in a lull, a daze, a haze on a Monday morning, thinking to myself, what just happened in the weekend? And then saying to myself, you know what, man, something's got to give. Something has to change. I feel gross, I feel yuck, I want to fix this. And then by the time the week progressed and payday came back around again, I was feeling good again. And that just continued, and it continued, and it just continued. Until, yeah, I just, over the years went by, came by, had nothing, always running from the cops, always running from the law, always in trouble. Always seemed to just kind of attract trouble. And then, yeah, I met this drug called ice, in 2004, and I thought it'd be, pretty cool, and then got hooked on it, and then the next minute I was, just smoking ice, gambling, running into people that I never ever thought I would have met in my whole life. I've been in a crowd of people that pass you the pipe, and their sentence would be something along the lines of zzz. And so I would look at them and go, what the heck am I doing here? And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm sick of this. The party, man, has just taken a toll on me, but you know what, I can fix this. I just got to get a better paying job. I've got to get away from my surroundings in New Zealand. You know what, I've heard of this, the gold rush, the mines of Perth. I will go over there and see what I can do. and try and change my life. You know, I'll get more money, I'll make new friends, and you know, it's going to be all good. I'm going to stop feeling this way because I'm going to feel something of worth. So I did that in 2011. I evaded the courts. I couldn't leave the country because I owed some money, so I booked myself a ticket to Melbourne. I said to the magistrate, I'm the best man at my mate's wedding. I've got a return ticket, let me go, I'll come back. They'd seen that I've been paying this money that I owed for a while, so they let me go. But unbeknown to the courts in Auckland, when I got to Melbourne, I got pulled up at customs because I had a criminal record. And they say, oh, you've declared this before you came back in 2006 into the Gold Coast. And they asked me, oh, how long are you here for? I said, a week, coming for a wedding, here's my return ticket. After I got cleared from customs, I went over to the domestic side of the Melbourne airport and I hopped on the plane from Melbourne to Perth, one-way ticket to get myself into the mines. I thought if I could just come here, earn the money, pay what I owe, I'll be fine. So I get here, and the next minute I have got a warrant out for my arrest. So I call up the courts, I organise a payment, I bargain with them, I get that paid off and free. I'm thinking, oh, life is cool, man. I've got this money, I've got a house now, man, I've got this drugs. I've got this drug dealer down here in Caversham, and I go down and get my drugs all the time, past the church and stuff. And then time just went by and went by and went by. And then I just stood there one night and I said, what is the point of all this, man? Because I feel like crap. I feel like I've got what I came for and I'm not satisfied. I'm so lost. What's the point of life? And I just dawned on me, I realised that the whole time I was just faking it. I had this facade, I looked cool, I thought if I just kept the job and kept the money coming in, then that would fix everything. But man, deep down in my heart was a whole lot of mess. And the truth was my sin, it was all of my sin, man. Like every time I sinned, it would just eat away at my soul, my conscience, my everything. And it was breaking me to the point, I said, you know, I can't live this way anymore. There's got to be a way. I want to be set free from my sin, from my sleeping outside of marriage, my drunkenness, my wild parties and stuff. And I just want to know if Jesus Christ is true. I want my sins forgiven, man. I knew if I died, I knew where I was going, man, and I was afraid of that. I said, you know, I came to church one night, I said, Jesus Christ, if you're real, can you change me 4 years ago? I came in and gave my heart to Christ, He set me free, took away my sin, all my addictions are gone, 4 years clean of the ice and cigarettes, 20 years alcohol, gambling, beautiful wife, beautiful children, and I know the truth, and the truth is Jesus Christ. You're here tonight, stop running, the sound, put it down. Christ loves you, He can forgive you, no matter what you've done, just give your heart to Him and He will set you free.
Trying for me in the West mood. Fill my head with your darkness. Drugs and drinks just to hurt me. All these girls just to tease me. All of these things don't lead to. It's my whole week giving into. More hope out of my reach to. Real peace out of my reach to. I love so empty that it's not a piece. 20 rings a table come from enemy. Cut that ever into skinny pieces. And I feel it with my face, but I can take. You're trying to kill me in a healthy lane. You talk about me, then I feel the same. Switch up my life, I'll take any lane. Switch up my cup, I kill any pain. What have you done? Cause I'm so lost, I'm searching. What have you done? Cause I'm so lost, I'm searching. Every day a demon try to test me. Every day a demon try to get me. Pull off in that monster XP. Shoulders on my way getting heavy. Calling for peace, that's the far cry. I'm so dead inside. And my affliction, I don't really listen. I'm in a trap, don't showing you the trail. I love so empty, need a centerpiece. 20 rings a table come from enemy. Cut that out into skinny pieces. And I feel it with my face, but it's insane. You try to kill me, then they have me made. You talk about me, then I feel insane. Switch up my life, I'll take any lane. Switch up my cup, I kill any pain.
Let the sin play me, let you look forward to the year like a band. Plus my whole crib and a brand new wagon. Slipping on street, searching for relaxes. Sin choking me like a wrath of God. Please listen to me if you hear the song. Chain dragging me far away from God. I can feel the flames, I can feel the dark. And life's so empty that it's in a piece. 20 racks of table come from Ebony. Cut that average to skinny pieces. Then I clean it with my face, man. You tryna kill me, did I help you late? You talk about me, man, I feel insane. Switch up my life, but to get me late. Switch up my car, but get me paid. I'm ready for